Warmer than average temperatures and a lack of rainfall are making for a mild winter so far in Dunedin. The conditions have not allowed snow to settle, as is typical at this time of year, and local weather forecaster Dave Stewart joins us now to discuss the situation. Hi Dave. Why have we had such dry weather lately, with the exception of today, of course?
With the exception. Well, it's been wet and dry. Last month was particularly wet, but I think we forget the lousy stuff pretty quickly. But we are about 15% below average for the city for the last 6 months for rain. So we've had quite a few dry months, and this month so far has been very dry because we had a series of anticyclones that were keeping all the weather north of us. So North Island was getting plenty of rain and we were basking in sunshine. So it's been lovely. It's one of those situations where the El Nino is finished, the La Nina is apparently going to kick in, and as one of the weather forecasters said, anything can happen after the El Nino is finished. So anything has happened. We've had a milder than average winter, and it's lovely, and let's enjoy it while we can. And let's not subscribe to this stupid theory that says that it's global warming jumping in now, because we're about 2 degrees above average for the winter so far, and that is not global warming. That is a weather pattern. It's nothing to do with global warming. It's just bollocks. So we will stick with it bollocks being an unusual weather pattern.
That's a good word, isn't it? Now, can we, I mean, you said anything goes. Can we expect this milder, drier weather to continue?
I think we can hope, but the pattern has changed about a week ago. The pattern started to change, and people will have noticed that it's a lot windier, it's a lot colder, and we're getting these strong winds and showers coming through, just like we had about an hour ago when that front came through and hammered us with wind and rain. But it's going to clear reasonably quickly by the looks of it, and that's the pattern that we're in. So probably not a huge amount of rain with it, but certainly windy and a lot colder. As soon as we get the southerly or southwesterly winds, it's colder. While we had the anticyclones, we were mainly getting northerly quarter winds, and they're always warmer.
Any forecast of snow coming up?
The snow likely on Friday night to about 400 metres, which is still above halfway bush, Rockville, probably above the top of the motorway if it comes down to 400 metres. But certainly snow inland. Ski fields should get a decent top up from it.
What is a La Nina? What can we expect from that, should it arrive ever?
Well, La Nina, it brings us a lot more northeasterlies. Usually brings dry weather down here, fine weather, sunny, droughts on the east coast, tropical cyclones to the North Island, hooray, and quite pleasant down here. But you generally get dry in the west and in the east, not particularly wet, and so you don't know what you're going to get with a La Nina, just like you don't with an El Nino. All you know is a trend, and the El Nino didn't live up to the usual trend in this last one. So it's, open a bag and just pluck whatever's in there seems to come out. So,
is there an expected landfall date for this La Nina? Summertime?
Maybe September, October. So yes, we could have a nice summer if it's a La Nina, but the farmers won't be too impressed.
They won't be, and then the nor'easter is a little bit frustrating. How are the farmers getting on?
Right now the farmers are probably reasonably happy because it hasn't been particularly wet, and so the ground is relatively dry. There isn't a sea of mud everywhere. We haven't had the frost, so they haven't had that much mud to deal with either. But they really do need some decent rain in August so that the ground is moist and ready to go when and if the weather warms up in time for grass to start growing again.
We've had a wee bit of a pour this afternoon. It was quite wintry. Any more of that stuff apart from Friday night? Are we likely to get a few more of these quick southerly changes coming through?
Yes, very likely. I don't think we can live in this artificial world for too much longer with the warmer temperatures. I think sooner or later the cold, harsh reality of winter is going to set in and the frosts will come and so on. Whether we'll get any snow this year or not, I don't know. I think we had more than our average last year. I think we had 7 or 8 snowfalls last year, so it wouldn't matter if we didn't get any this year. For those who don't like the chaos in the city, I quite like it because I don't have to come down when it snows.
I quite enjoy the old southerly blast as well.
Yeah, it's good fun.
And it's unique.
Yes.
It's unique.
Even I get
keeps
out
the
on
Aucklanders away.
Even I get out on a sledge and have a bit of a sledge on the snow. It's a good fun.
Excellent.
Never too old.
No, you're quite right. You're never too adult for that sort of carry
No.
on. Dave Stewart from Rain Effects Limited, thanks so much for your time.
My pleasure.